Hello, are we on? Oh, we're on. Wow. This sounds different. Okay. Are we,
Mr. Chairman,
everybody ready?
Mr. Chairman, the sound system has been upgraded. It should take much less effort for any of you to use your mics. You should be able to sit comfortably, not reclined in your chair, but sit comfortably in your chair and not lean all the way into it. And then you can just use that little button there to turn it on and when you need to speak and off when you don't. And for the public, if you're coming up here to speak, please do not touch this mic. It's set so that it should capture your voice even if your head's turned a little bit. Thank you. Oh, and my other thing, please don't move the podium.
Thank you. Okay, it is 7:02 and we're going to get started. I would like to call to order, are we ready, Mike? Should I ask you that first? We're all set? Okay. I'd like to call to order the April 13, 2023 meeting of the Waukegan Planning and Zoning Commission. Can we have a roll call, please?
Anderson? Here. Bill?
Here.
Griffin? Here. Grimes? Here. Haynes?
Here.
Haug?
Here.
Hintz?
Here.
Rivera?
Present.
Rodriguez?
Here. Okay, we do have a quorum. And I think everybody's here, right? Didn't miss anybody. Well, this is great. 100% attendance. Love it. Okay, next item on the agenda is item 2.1, the approval of the minutes of the March 9th, 2023 regular Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. That was our marathon meeting that went well past midnight.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Anderson, approve.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Hintz. Any comments, corrections, changes to the minutes?
7 pages.
And you read them all, right? Okay, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Anderson?
Yes.
Hintz?
Yes.
Haug?
Yes.
Haynes?
Yes.
Grimes? Griffin? Bill?
Yes.
Rivera?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes. Commissioner Rivera, you were not here
Yeah,
for the last time, so you should probably.
if I may.
Yeah, sure.
You need not recuse yourself for votes on matters that occurred prior where you weren't present, as long as you familiarized yourself with the items and are confident that you can vote intelligently. That's all it requires.
Sure, no problem. But not on the minutes. He was not here for the.
Even on the minutes.
Even on the minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll note our meetings are available on YouTube, and so it's possible to watch the entirety of it. I do it often.
Okay. That's why we have you here. Thank you. Next item is audience time. This is an opportunity for anybody here who would like to address the commission on any matter, whether it's on the agenda tonight or not. And if you have any comments on any of the items that are on the agenda items are part of a public hearing, and we will have time for audience to participate and make comments and ask questions regarding the items on the agenda. So this is an opportunity for anybody to address the commission on anything, whether it's on the agenda or not. And just for the record, zoning calendar number 2703, which is the Waukegan Park District request, that is being held over. So anybody who's here to speak on that, you can still comment on that, but nothing that you say will be held as evidence in the actual hearing, and but you're still free to comment. So, audience time. Is there anybody here that would like to address the audience? Yes, sir. Just one? One person? Okay. Would you please come up to the podium? And I'd like to swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, please state your name and your affiliation to this project.
Yes, sir. My name is Alan Hutchison. I'm a neighbor of the Waukegan Sports Park. I'm actually a Beach Park resident. I live on the north side of the park. I'm sure you guys recognize me from the last time I was here when it was snowy and terrible outside. Now that it's beautiful outside, so I just wanted to stop by today and kind of update on what is going on. I understand that what is discussed here is not necessarily going to be held against what is going on officially, but I know that when we left off last time, the board had kind of hoped that the Park District would engage with Beach Park and meet some of Beach Park's requests, and then engage with the neighborhood and meet some of the neighborhood's requests. And some of that has gone on, but what has become very clear, the thing that was in question last time was whether the Park District had the ability to basically take over Beach Road. And the Park District, per their own words, in a meeting that we had with with Jay Lerner, that's the old director, it recognized that they do not. They do not have the ability to just take that road without, Beach Park say so. And so I understand that the proposal is being held over, but, I want to request as a resident that, knowing that the park has recognized that their plan is obsolete, it's not going to happen the way that they proposed it, we want you guys to deny the conditional use permit for this facility, full well knowing that the park will have to come back and present a new viable proposal that will, make good with, you, Beach Park, and any other body that is part of that. So I just don't want to get to a position where you guys don't know what's going on. I see that there's nobody from the park here tonight to speak to this, but that is the gist of it. So that's the first part. The second part is I spoke to this a little bit last time, and some of the neighborhood did as well. And I realized that this body deals with zoning and deals with what can happen inside of the zoning. And not necessarily with the ins and outs of the operations of the city and those functions. But I would really encourage this board to take a very long, hard look at what the Park District is doing. Because even if this particular project doesn't get approved, and we still have to live in the neighborhood that we're living in right now, the conditions over there that are being thrust upon us by the Park District are abhorrent. They are awful. Since the last meeting I've been here, we've had the Waukegan Police and the Sheriff's Department out to our premises a half a dozen times to deal with speeding, to deal with parking, to deal with noise, and the park isn't even in full operation yet. The intramural leagues haven't started yet. That's going to happen in a couple of weeks. So anything that comes to the board in the future, I beg of you, please hold them accountable. Please hold them to the ordinances of Waukegan. Waukegan has an ordinance on the book, 11-34, that says that any sound generated from a device that's audible from more than 50 feet is a $150 ticket and a $300 ticket after 8 p.m. My front door is 4,000 feet from the champ field. I can hear clearly what's going on over there. By this ordinance, the Park District shouldn't even be able to use whistles. This is what it is. So I'm asking, understanding that you guys operate in the functionality of zoning, but please help us hold them accountable. And let's get to a point where they can be good neighbors too. So that's all for today.
All
I
right, thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much. And just keep in mind, we are a recommending body. We do not make the final decision as to whether they get, what they're requesting. But
I understand. From what I hear, your recommendation holds a lot of sway, though.
okay, thank you very much. Thanks for your comments.
Excuse me, can you sign your?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
It's already being held over. Yes,
No,
it's been-
that's,
well, he can comment on anything that he wants to comment on. That's the purpose of the audience thing.
Chair, if I may.
Please.
Commissioner Griffin is correct. Continuances require a simple majority vote.
Okay, but we're not on that yet.
Right, we're still on the
We're still
ordinance
on
time.
item 3.
Yes.
Okay, the item is old business, which is item 4.
Okay.
Okay, so, thank you. Okay, no other audience requests? Okay. Next item is item 4, old business. Item 4.1, zoning calendar number 2703. The petitioner is requesting that it be held over. And before we vote, I would like to read into the record a letter that was sent to Planning and Zoning from Jay Lerner, the Executive Director of the Waukegan Park District. It's a long letter, but I think it is worth reading into the record. It says, we are requesting a holdover until June to further meet with IDOT. Since the last planning and zoning meeting, we have met with the Village of Beach Park, the City of Waukegan, architects, and Beach Park residents. We have discussed various plans and made a few improvements. However, we will not be at the planning and zoning meeting on April 13th, 2023. We will follow up with the City of Waukegan once we have identified a new direction for access to our property, since the Village of Beach Park is denying access via Beach Road. We will reach out when we have more information to present a new plan at a future planning and zoning meeting. Below are some items we have reached consensus on. 1, sports park parking fee collection will be moved south into the facility to reduce or eliminate backups on Beach Road. 2, a designated drop-off and pickup location has been established inside the sports park. 3, the park district will do a time-lapse video to show the actual traffic on Beach Road instead of the commission only seeing a few pictures. 4, met with residents surrounding the Waukegan Sports Park on March 22nd to discuss ideas with Waukegan Park District staff. A, collection of litter along Beach Road. Waukegan Park District staff during this season pick up on Mondays and, as driving in each morning, monitor on the south side of the road. As discussed with residents, the north side of Beach Road is private property and some with large dogs. We asked them to contact us if trash blows across the street and give us permission to safely access private property. The residents were understanding of this and agreed. Throughout the Waukegan Park District, we hire 6 to 7 staff whose sole responsibility is trash pickup, as it's all across our town. We are committing resources to this effort, even when it blows onto our property. We cannot control people in society, but we are good stewards of caring for our land to best practices and national standards through National Recreation and Park Association, NRPA. B, provided all residents with Park District email and office phone numbers in case they have any issues, questions, or concerns. C, activities at the sports park will have an end time of no later than 11 p.m. on the 5 lighted fields. D, we presented to the residents of Beach Road with a complete bypass of the existing Beach Road to give them privacy and their own road, but it was not well received. 5, we met on March 29th with the Village of Beach Park, the City of Waukegan, and architects. 5A, discussions about improvements to Bayonne Avenue with an island to allow for right turn only. B, confirmed traffic signs, no outlet, no parking, and right turn only are currently at the sports park intersections. We did show the City of Waukegan and the Village of Beach Park the signs at the March 29th meeting. C, decided as a group to talk to our boards about Green Bay Road and securing a meeting with IDOT. D, the Village of Beach Park prefers a park district create access for the existing facility and the new golf facility without the use of Beach Road. It was noted by the Park District at the meeting that in 2009, the village gave the Park District full access to Beach Road as long as the district paid for all the improvements to the road which the Park District complied with. Not only did they give the Park District full access, the village said they were 100% supportive of the Park District's new facility. E, moving forward, the Park District will explore options with IDOT to gain 75 to 100% access off Green Bay Road for the new facility. Access to the sports park will continue via Beach Road. End of letter. We don't have any other letters or correspondence regarding this. For anybody else? Okay, very good. So now, going into item 5.1, zoning calendar. I believe Commissioner Griffin wanted to make a motion.
Right.
Pursuant to the petitioner's request that it be held over to the June meeting, you are making a motion.
Mr. Chairman, what I'd like to do is let the Park District work on that because they have the ability to finish the existing facility and work with the residents. So I think we should allow those two bodies to work on it. I can't. Can you turn your microphone on?
Did that get picked up?
No,
Not at all?
not at all.
Okay, none of what you said was picked up by the recording. Can you repeat what you said?
The reason I want to hold it over is because I believe that the Park District would be well served to finish the sports park.
Okay, and that was the request of the petitioner that it be held over.
And
so-
that seems to be what they're working on.
Right.
And they would have no problem with a restaurant and driving range and bar on Green Bay Road, I don't believe. I don't know why we're fighting about this. This should have been worked out.
Okay. I don't think we're fighting about it, but at any rate.
Without us sitting here till midnight.
Okay.
I'd like to make a comment to that. Can I step back up?
Okay, this is not a hearing, so we're not going to be entertaining any public comments on this right now during the hearing.
That's a comment I made, to
Okay.
hold it over.
Right. Okay, so Commissioner Griffin is making a request that zoning calendar number 2703 be held over until the June meeting per the request of the Executive Director of the Park District.
I second the motion.
Second by Commissioner Anderson. Any comments, questions regarding that motion? Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Anderson,
Yes.
Hintz,
Yes.
Haug,
Abstain.
Haynes,
Yes.
Grimes, Griffin,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Rivera.
With all due respect, I'd like to find out more information, so I'm gonna have to abstain on my vote right now.
Thank you.
Rodriguez,
Yes, motion carries.
Can I ask a question? Because the staff did provide a report and we didn't have them discuss this. Do we need to?
Well, it's not on the agenda tonight.
Okay.
We hold that till the June meeting? Thank you. Okay, item 5, new business. Item 5.1, zoning calendar, V-1-23, a request by the petitioner Bobby Cahagius, is that pronounced correctly? Pretty close. How do you pronounce it, sir? Cahagius, I was close. Okay. A request for vacation of the unimproved right-of-way, Green Place, running through the petitioner's proposed parcels from the south lot line to approximately 135 feet north of Granville Avenue for the location known as 3232 West Granville Avenue. Who is going to be presenting on this? Both of you? Okay, please come out to the podium. I will swear you both in. And then as you begin to speak, please give your names and your affiliation to the project. Okay, do you raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, please give your name and your affiliation to the project.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Bobby Cahagius. I'm the hopeful owner of the parcel there on Green Bay Road. We hope to receive your approval to purchase the right-of-way to vacate and develop a Mako Auto Body Center on the corner there of Green Bay Road and Granville. So we have the site plan ready, or we're working on finalizing the site plan, and we're hoping to have that all finalized within the next few weeks. We have a draft site plan submitted in a survey, so we're here to hopefully be able to move forward on the right-of-way to vacate and the zoning permits.
My name is Spiro Alakakos. I'm the attorney for Cahagius Enterprises and for Bobby Cahagius.
Thank you very much. The commissioners have any questions of the petitioner? I'm sorry? That is our presentation. Short and sweet.
I just have a couple questions. I noticed in here that there's a Main Street Organization of Realtors commercial sales contract, and I was a little bit confused where it says to seller, dated 6/2/1995. Does that mean that the seller purchased it in 1995? I'm not sure what the sales contract represents that's here.
Actually, I think that the sales contract was more to show that we're not the current owners, but we're the prospective purchasers.
Okay, so,
That was just the trust that they purchased it under. So that was
okay,
the-
so it's regarding the current owner, not
The current
the
owner.
sale.
Could we ask that you get close to the microphone?
Sure, sorry.
It can be picked up. Okay.
And then also, I just had another question on this map that you provided to us. I understand that there is a building there currently, and I understand where the right-of-way is that you're asking to be vacated. These two lots that are actually on Green Bay Road, is that part of the parcel that you are purchasing?
Yes.
So it would go all the way to Green Bay Road?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I have.
Any other comments or questions from commissioners? Okay, I'd like to ask, is anybody else here who would like to either comment or ask questions regarding this request? Okay, and I'd like to ask the city to give us their report. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yeah, just make sure you write your name down on the
Absolutely,
sheet,
thank you.
please. We'll give you a few seconds here.
Good evening, Commissioners. As you heard, this application is for the vacation of an unimproved right-of-way that goes between the parcels they're proposing to purchase. The right-of-way is unimproved, it's grass, nobody uses it, there's no utilities under it, although a part of the existing driveway for the existing building does encroach on that right-of-way a little bit. It's not in a wetland, it's not in a floodplain. It's also not currently on the city's tax rolls. If this right-of-way at vacation is approved, then it would go on the city's tax rolls. The petitioner is requesting it so they can build an auto body repair shop. It's for a very reputable franchise. The need to vacate this right-of-way came about so they can achieve the setback requirements. As you can see in the draft site plan included in your applications, they need certain buffers from residential districts, and one of those parcels on Green Bay Road is a residential zoning. So for the facility they're proposing to build in that draft plan, the vacation was only needed for the setbacks. They're not planning to build on the Green Bay fronting parcels. Due to the size of this proposal in square footage, the conditional use permit will go to the Development Review Board. So as the Planning and Zoning Commission, you today are approving just the vacation of that right-of-way.
Thank you. Do any of the commissioners have questions for city staff? No? Okay. I'd like to ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve zoning calendar -1-23, vacation of unimproved right-of-way, Green Place.
Motion to recommend approval by Commissioner Anderson. Do we have a second?
A second.
Second by Commissioner Rivera. Any further discussion on this motion? Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Anderson,
Yes.
Hintz,
Yes.
Howe,
Yes.
Hayes,
Yes.
Grimes, Griffin,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Rivera,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes. Motion carries. Congratulations. Good luck on your project. What was that next date? No, we usually get that before the meeting, but
Yes, I apologize that I forgot to tell you.
I forgot to ask you.
Monday, May 1st, in this room, Community Development Committee. The time will be set the Friday before, but it's usually between 5 and 5:30.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, under new business, item 5.2, zoning calendar number 2711, is a request by the petitioner Brooke Hacking for a map amendment rezone for 659 Kennard Street from I-2 General Industrial to R6 General Residence for the location known as 659 Kennard Street. Who will be presenting on this? Just you? Yes. Okay, would you please come up to the microphone? I'd like to swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, please give your name and your affiliation to the project.
My name is Brooke Hacking. We recently just purchased the 659 Kennard property, me and my husband. looking to improve it. When we were purchasing the property, we noticed that it was zoned as industrial. The house has been there since 1901, and there's also other neighboring houses that are probably also zoned as industrial. I know one of the goals of Waukegan is to improve the surrounding area and transform it into residential neighborhood.
Okay, is that it? Short and sweet, okay. Do any of the commissioners have questions of the petitioner? Is there anybody else here who would like to speak either in support of or behalf of or against, or even just ask questions about this? No? Okay, in this case, I would like to ask for city staff to give us their position. Thank you, Ms. Hacking.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the commission. Tyler Williams, assistant planner here. I just want to thank Brooke again for giving the presentation. So as she mentioned, this property is located at 659 Kennard Street, which is a few blocks east of South Genesee, for those familiar with the South Genesee corridor. And as she mentioned, she recently purchased the building about 4 months ago, and they wanted to renovate and rent out the property. So she came to us and realized that it was an industrial zone. So in order to rent it out, we have to map amendment to R6. And as in the staff report, and as she mentioned, this property is located in an area that we're trying to, I guess, change from industrial to residential. Our South Genesee, our South Sheridan revitalization plan shows this whole area as a mixed-use, multifamily development site. So it's in line with our goals. And then, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Any questions?
Questions or comments from commissioners? Mr.
I
Griffin.
commend Brooke for investing in our city.
What your plan is, I mean, are you gonna manufacture something there? Is it gonna be rented as a residential?
For her
What is your
building,
plan?
the whole property, the whole area, or for her specific
Well,
building?
what's your start?
Well, I guess this would be a good start, getting this property zoned to residential. And then we also own a bunch of properties in the area that we're looking for developers. So, yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Is your plan a residential plan?
Yes, mixed use, residential, commercial,
I
both.
always thought that was some of the best views
Yes,
in Waukegan.
definitely. So we're trying to build, mixed use, which is residential and commercial. So there'll be residential townhomes, multi-level buildings.
The only lakeview property.
Exactly. That's why this is a, great map amendment that fits with our plan. So.
Commissioner Rivera.
I just wanted to commend Brooke for investing in our city. That's a great view, no question about it. So good luck in your project there.
That's a quick question, the city. So is this, it looks like this is this a little piecemeal, I guess? Like, are we only approving for this one house? And I think there's at least 3 or 4 houses around it. And I guess help me with maybe how we fix all of that instead of just this.
Right. Well, this property in particular came about because the petitioner bought the property and brought it to our attention.
Right.
We're currently undergoing the UDO, which you guys know, where we're going through each ward, map by map, lot by lot, seeing where we need to change the zonings that don't fit, the ones that have been, like you said, building since 1900, well over 100 years. We're trying to find each lot and get them changed. So hopefully a year from now, that whole area will be residential. And that's something we are looking at very heavily.
And the only way to do that now would be for each individual homeowner to come and request it.
Correct, yes. Yeah, I don't know our jurisdiction changing, you know, other people's lots of land unless they come with a map amendment, themselves.
Any other comments or questions for city staff? Okay, in that case, I would like to ask for a motion.
Ms.
Okay, Commissioner Grimes, you are making a motion to do what? To recommend approval? Okay, Commissioner Grimes is making recommendation to recommend approval of the request by petitioner Brooke Hacking for a map amendment rezone for 659 Kennard Street from I-2 General Industrial to R6 General Residence for 659 Kennard Street. Is that your? Okay. Do we have a second?
No, second.
Second by Commissioner Hintz. Okay. Any further discussion on the motion? Do we have a roll call vote, please?
Anderson,
Yes.
Hintz,
Yes.
Haug,
Yes.
Haynes,
Yes.
Grimes, Griffin,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Rivera,
Yes.
Rodriguez.
Yes, motion carries. Congratulations, good luck with your project, and the next step is going to be the Community Development Committee, May 1st, in this room, somewhere in the area of 5:30,
Yeah.
and you'll be notified, she'll be notified? Okay, good, thank you. All right, that is the end of the new business. Before we adjourn, I would like to ask if Ms. Kisher, Noel Kisher-Lepper would come up and talk to us a little bit about the next meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I hope you will all make every effort to attend the May meeting. We will not have a regular order of business with items to approve. We will instead be having the Illinois chapter of American Planning Association conduct commissioner training for you. And so they'll talk about planning and legal aspects. Marcus will be here to reinforce legal aspects in general, as well as Waukegan specific legal factors and anything else that needs to have been included. But we're hoping to give you all a better sense of your responsibilities, your role, what you need to consider and not consider when you're making recommendations, and to give you hopefully the tools that you need to feel confident in the work that you're doing and how it impacts projects in Waukegan. We're very excited about it. It's something that I've wanted for a really long time, and we now have the opportunity to have memberships in organizations like the American Planning Association, which enables us to ask them to come and do some training for us. So very excited for it, and I hope you will all plan to be here.
And this meeting is open to the public.
It is open to the public, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, when, you know, maybe I missed the date. When is this gonna be?
It's our next regular meeting date.
Okay, next regular
May,
meeting. Okay.
I want to say it's May 13th, but Isabel is going to save me from myself as usual.
There will be no business conducted at the next meeting. It's
May
gonna be
11th.
strictly
May
training.
11th?
Yes.
Same time, 7?
Same time as usual, same place, everything, except that I expect you'll be sitting down here in the audience, and our presenters will be in front of you. It will be, but I hope that you're here in person, so that you get the training directly, and you can ask questions directly. So as usual, please let us know if you won't be here. But we're very hopeful that everybody will make every effort to be here.
Okay, any other questions? In that case, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
Sir, she was locked out by the elevator. She's
Oh.
actually here. She has a question in reference to the Granville project.
Yes, yes.
What is that? She was downstairs, she couldn't get upstairs.
Yeah, there were some technical difficulties down there with that elevator.
She's a resident here.
Okay, before we adjourn, then we'll let you make your comments. This actually, the hearing is concluded, but these will still be read into the record. They'll be in the record. So what I'd like to do is you're both going to be speaking?
Yes, we are immediately will
Okay,
be
let me
affected.
swear you in first, okay?
Okay.
Please raise your right hand, both of you. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, what I'd like you to do then, as you speak, please give your name and your affiliation to that request.
Okay. My name is Elizabeth Cristobal. I live at 12833 West Southview. I will be immediately impacted by whatever they're planning to build there. This, Aida Gonzalez, Garcia.
And I live in 12816 West Southview Avenue, and I'm the same to her with the same issue.
We are neighbors. Okay, this plot of land.
This is regarding the Granville request?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We live in a rural area. We don't have access to a public sewer. We live off of private well and septic. Now, in regards to whatever they were, but our major concern is that we don't want a developer to come in and build a huge plot of cement with no planning for sewer, because it's rural. We don't have any access to sewer in that area. So our questions / concerns were with sewer drainage. I personally live, and she lives right in front of what is protected wildlife marsh area. So any water, if they were to erect a big old plot of cement, my house will be flooded. Every time we get rain, I will be flooded. Our concern is, what are their plans with drainage wise? Will they hook up to Waukegan versus deviating all rainwater and snow into our land and homes?
Okay, unfortunately, they are not here any longer to answer your questions. It's a shame that you weren't able to get in sooner. And this has already been voted on to recommend approval to City Council. So what I would recommend that you do is make sure that you come to the, they can come to the committee meeting too, right? The committee.
And Sam's ready to speak for a minute.
Okay, right, we'll let him just a second. So what you can do is come to the Community Development Committee meeting on May 1st here in this chamber, sometime around 5 or 5:30. They'll, I guess it'll be announced. It'll be on the city website.
It will be.
Okay, and also at the city council meeting, so it'll be taken up at that city council meeting at, no?
2 weeks later.
2 weeks later.
Okay.
Okay, so this, all we are is a recommending body. We do not make the actual decision, but you have a chance to speak and make your concerns heard. And when it's presented, the petitioners will be there, and so you can ask questions of them.
Okay.
Also.
So el mayo primero ellos se van a juntar otra vez y ellos nada más están haciendo recomendaciones, no es la decisión final.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So I want to be clear. The petition today was just for vacation of the parcel, so there are no plans to build anything. If there are plans in the future to build something that is not permitted as of right, they will have to come back to this body for approval in order to get a conditional use permit. But just again, this is just to seek approval or recommendation to the City Council of approval of vacating this strip of land, this city-owned right-of-way.
From here, how many steps do they have to go before they actually come?
Before they get the vacation?
Before they actually come and tear down the plot of, how many meetings are there for them?
Well, they haven't requested anything yet. All that they've asked is that this parcel be vacated. What that means is that it currently it's a city alley.
Okay.
Which is not being used, and they just asked that be vacated, and I guess they will be purchasing that from the city for a specified amount of money. That's all that they've requested. They're not requesting any project, no building, no construction. So they're just asking that property
be sold, and then we don't know what they're gonna bring from here on.
Whatever they bring will have to come before this body.
If it's not a permitted use.
If it's not a permitted use.
Right.
Okay, and then it'll still have to go before City Council.
Okay.
Okay, so all they're asking right now is just for vacating the property and being able to purchase it from the city, since it's a strip of alley that's not even in use.
Okay.
Okay, did anybody have any?
Three or four meetings, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Good question. How can they find out what is going to be proposed for that property?
How will they know in the future when they should be involved to give their concerns? How will they find that out?
Hi, Sam Green, Assistant Planner. I'm happy to answer some of these questions, and thank you for bringing your concerns. They will get a notice in the mail, like they did for the vacation, again, when the conditional use is applied for. Again, that has not been applied for yet. In the planning process, it was looked into, and it is a plan to put as a condition of the use that they connect to the city sewer system. It will also go through engineering review, which includes studies on water and where drainage will go. As far as meetings, this vacation will go in front of the Community Development Committee on May 1st. They, like this board, make a recommendation to the full city council on 2 weeks after that. And that's when they will vote on just the vacation. Again, that's just selling the land.
Okay.
You'll get a notice in the mail once they do apply for a conditional use permit. You're more than welcome to come back and bring those concerns to light during those meetings as well.
Understood, thank you.
And it'll probably be a registered letter, right?
Yes.
The notice that they get.
Correct.
Okay.
Dice que esto fue nada más permiso para que ellos puedan comprar el lote de Waukegan. Ellos aprobaron y nada más para que ellos puedan poder comprarlo. Después de esto, en mayo 1 van a hacer otra cita para ver qué se va a hacer. Él dijo que en estos planes there is sewer.
All she's doing is translating what we just,
Yeah,
what
okay,
he just
sorry.
said.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for addressing our concerns.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Commissioner.
Sorry. We have in front of us a report that was requested at the last meeting.
Yes, we do.
For 208 Genesee. And I just want to say this is much better than a previous report. So they're doing, I think, from this report, looks like they've contained some of the issues.
Thank you.
What is your opinion as a resident of the street?
We haven't had any riots on the street in the last couple of months. Haven't had any long guns walking down and being shot off in the parking lot across from Horse Feathers, across from the library. So I guess it's improved. No, and far from it. He asked if they're keeping it clean. I said, no, far from it. Okay, anybody else before we adjourn? All right, in that case, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Motion by Commissioner Anderson to adjourn, second by Commissioner Rivera. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned at 7:45.